Hi, I'm Eden Lane. Thanks for visiting our Rocket Hub project. In Focus is a weekly broadcast on Colorado Public Television featuring the arts and creative community. We cover theater, dance, music, visual arts, writers, filmmakers, designers, and so much more. And in our first 5 seasons with more than 130 episodes, we've barely scratched the surface of the great work being done here. Here's a brief look. We go behind the scenes with major ballet companies and meet the choreographers and dancers. Take you into the artist studios and let them discuss their work. Visit special programs integrating the arts and education. Now, to give you a better sense of the series, here are some clips of past episodes and some testimonials by subjects and teammates.
One of the things that I really treasure about working with the In Focus show and with Eden is that she is so well researched. You know, a lot of journalists and writers and TV media personalities will do an interview without really knowing much about the actor or the show. And Eden is so wonderful because she comes to every show. She won't do an interview unless she's seen the show. And she also is very, very well researched, more so than anyone I've ever worked with, I think, in this business. And she really makes the actors feel special and that the interview is about them, not just about the job they're doing.
It's about a country that with all our flaws, we have been able to accept the flaws that we perceive in others and now realize are our strengths. This is what America's strengths. And I'm amazed at it. I'm pleased to have been part of that, you know. I'm not gay. I had a brother who was, and I saw him suffer through an era where it was totally closeted, and he had no chance to be himself. And I don't think he ever felt accepted by my mother. And I, because I was raised by him really, totally accepted him. And it was very interesting. And at the point, he died very young, 53, and alcoholism and such. And I was with him for 6 months until the end. And when he passed away, I was in the room with him, and we were talking the night before, and I said, Bill, if you had it to do over again, what would you do differently?
What was his answer?
I'd love more.
You talk about the reaction when you see some of the audience afterward, the look on their face, even though you don't, I'm going to paraphrase you, even though you didn't know them before, you can see that they're changed for having been in the audience. What does that mean, and how does that feel?
This is interesting because we're talking about my soul now.
I think the thing about Eden that sets her apart with In Focus TV is that she always comes to the table knowing exactly what she's talking about. She does not come in asking questions that can be found on our website, for example.
Your musical experience was your first movie, Cannibal, right?
Yeah.
And you kind of only had Fiddler on the Roof as your frame of reference for...
You've done some reading, I see. Yeah, Trey definitely grew up doing musicals, and he's like the musical guy out of the both of us. My musical experience came from Fiddler on the Roof. My mom
Just a recording?
Just the album, Fiddler on the Roof, she played over and over and over, and I think it was to try to get me to be more Jewish and hopefully to convince me to be more bar mitzvahed, which didn't work. But
you get them to say, sure, you do your thing, but they always steer you back to what was done before. And I told Casey, I was like, if something works, I want to do that. I toss my ego out the door. I want to make the play good. But if you're willing, keep the door open for me to bring me forward. And
is that why you wanted to see the script stripped of all of the directions first?
I said, I don't want to know this is when he crosses or this is what he says. You've done your homework, my goodness. I don't.
It's the first night of the Vail Film Festival, and we're here for the world premiere of The Inner Room at the Cinebistro. Come on! The Cinebistro is a special concept in moviegoing. In addition to the lounge in the lobby, you can have full tableside service right at your theater seat with a gourmet meal. And the team from The Inner Room took full advantage of their very first screening, the world premiere of their first feature film. So we just saw the first screening of Jack and Mark's brand new film, The Inner Room. How did it feel to see your film in front of a live audience? You're selecting members of the company to perform in a smaller piece instead of having the huge corps de ballet. What's the thought process in selecting the dancers who will be cast in your piece?
That's a good question, and a lot of times it can vary by a lot of things. I love, when I'm creating work, I love having parameters already kind of start causing decisions, because you have to start somewhere, and creating art is really about having a problem and solving that problem.
Meeting the creative team early in a project allows us to bring you a special glimpse inside their work. And that's often the best time to find out how they feel their work fits into the world around them. Here's a glimpse of my conversation with director Surette Scott.
You know, I think that anytime you have a story that is topical like this, and you can read about it in the newspaper, you can see it on CNN and some of the other broadcasts, you can sit there and say, oh my goodness, I didn't even know this was happening. It's troubling. Theater gives access in a way that is so extraordinary, even more than film or TV, because in front of you, this event is taking place in this immediate moment. You can take these kinds of stories, and everybody will be in the Congo and dealing with this at that moment. You don't have anything that separates you.
In Focus has helped me develop a true sense of pride in the community, in the Denver metropolitan area where I've lived my entire life, but I didn't even realize there was so much of a creative, vibrant community all around us. People everywhere don't even realize how much truly wonderful culture and arts surround them in their everyday lives. It might be hidden, but a show like In Focus can bring it out and let people take pride in their own communities and realize that they live in a great place, a place that nurtures the arts and nurtures culture, literature, film, theater, art, dance, everything.
Now for season 5, we need to expand and elevate our work, and you can help. An important goal will be switching over to HD cameras and to work with more collaborators and provide opportunities for interns. And to do that, we must increase our production insurance. In exchange for your financial support, you receive rewards from us. And because of our association with Fractured Atlas, a portion, and in some cases all of your financial support, is tax deductible. The creative people we meet are as intriguing as their work. We invite you to become part of our team by selecting one of the support levels. We need your help to remain on the air and to grow. Join us as we keep the arts in focus. Thank you.